Woo! Got the OG on the check-in, my guy.
Fam, what it do though? It's been a minute, fam.
I've been working hard, man. How you been?
I see you. Hey man, everything is everything, man. God is good, bro.
I can dig that. Man.
Yeah. This picture good?
Yeah, we good. Yo, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know what listen. I don't even know where to even start, yo. I don't hold up, before we even get started, let me just let the world know this is NBA champion class of 1996 draft class, arguably the best draft class ever. Samaki walk in the building. My brother, appreciate you, my G.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me again.
Yo, I gotta start with Jimmy Butler. I gotta start with Pat Riley first.
Okay.
Because I just had Stack 5 on the show the other day, and he went in on Pat Riley. And you played for the Heat before, am I correct?
Correct.
So give me your perspective from Jimmy Butler, the Pat Riley situation, the Miami situation. Give me your perspective on things.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. Unique conversation. Look, the times is changing from when me and Stack played, and Pat Riley is of that era in which the team, everything is controlled. The power dynamic is controlled by the coaches and the organization. And obviously we've moved into an era where the power dynamics now is shifted to the players, right? So you constantly see this tug of war back and forth now in this era between the franchises and players and things of that nature. As a player, obviously I feel for what Jimmy going through, as a player. But I see both sides of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a business. You know what I'm saying? And so here's the thing. I'm all for the players. As a former player, I'm for real power empowerment. And I think we got to know how and when to use that. We can't be selfish and just throw that power and will that anytime without understanding the circumstances of what may happen to the players coming behind this. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Because the NBA is keeping records. They keeping receipts. And so we entered this era of the mega superstar, the superstar. And that's really reference that, because every player don't have this kind of power we talking about. It's the mega superstar. And so this mega superstar now, and it started with LeBron. No, let's keep it funky. It started with LeBron. And I'm all for power and player empowerment. You're talking about, and before I move forward, what I'm saying, you're talking about a guy, see, a lot of people don't know this. I'm the number 9 draft pick. I turned down money in Dallas to leave to go play behind Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Dallas offered me a contract. So, and I hate losing. It wasn't about the money. So I left Dallas. So a lot of people don't know. That's how I got to LA. I created my lane.
Okay.
And so when you talking about real player empowerment, I'm all for it. And sometimes that comes with sacrifice too. I gave up some bread to get to where I wanted to go. The NBA ain't gonna report that, because that kind of player empowerment, that ain't what they looking for. You talking about a lottery pick who said no. When the Mavericks offered me the bread, I said, no, I'm gonna sit out. I hate losing. I played with I can't even remember how many players I played with during that time when the Mavericks was going through that transition. I wanted out. So, I did what I had to do. And, ultimately it won. It came back to win in my favor. Obviously, I got a chance to play, we know, with Shaq and Kobe, and the rest is history, literally. But so now you move forward with this era now of player empowerment. A lot of guys are like, look, Jimmy Butler's under contract, bro. He's making a ton of money. See, a ton of money. You know what I mean?
Yo, and let me say this. Jimmy Butler agent is my good friend Bernie Lee. Shout out to Bernie. And I can imagine what he going through dealing with this, man. Like, this is bananas, yo.
It's crazy. And a lot of times it's these agents too, man. These agents are you know, we're in an era too where the agent has also elevated themselves, so everybody got to get paid in this structure. And I get it. I'm all for it. But at the same time, when players start throwing themselves around and it look like they're crying because the situation is really good there. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel for Jimmy Butler in this situation where he's thinking, look, I'm aging. I want to be able to get into a situation where I want to win right now. And, and deservedly so. We're talking about a guy's taking the Heat to 2 finals. So all due respect. But at the same time, when you're making that kind of money, sometimes you got to play the situation out, bro. Sometimes you got to, when you get the bread, it's different. Like, don't take the bread if you ain't, don't take it. But if you take the bread, go ahead and see the situation out, especially when you those top tier players. Now, obviously, the Heat want to develop Tyler Hero and things. The Heat is always thinking about the future. They ain't getting ready to do what the LeBron effect. And they did the same thing with LeBron. We're not getting ready to tear down. We all about development. And see, this new era, the superstar win now, usually they want the veteran players, which means it comes at the cost of future development of the young stars, of the young, not even young stars, of the young players. We've seen this with LeBron everywhere it go. Let's get rid of this young talent. Think about Andrew Wiggins, all the players that have been traded. We talking about a #1 player. Cleveland got rid of him. Ultimately brought him a championship. But we're talking about guys whose future is based off development. You know what I'm saying? And so when you get these players talking about, oh, I want to win now, that means basically trade this team, trade all the young culture here, forget what you build now for the future. Let's do it right now. Let's win now. And I get it. Players want to win, but that's not what it's all about too, man. It's all about the league. It's about development. There's other factors that help build this league. And we can't forget about that. And sometimes these players, that's what happens.
Let me ask you this, man, because I'm glad I got you here. Do you feel like the plays are getting out of control? In the sense of like, I just finished watching, I watch Sports Center every day.
Right.
And I just seen that Jimmy Butler, and shout out to Jimmy, that's my guy. He just said, I don't want to go to Phoenix. I don't want to go to Golden State. I don't want to sign an extension with them. I want to go to where I want to go.
Facts.
Do you feel like we living in a time where it's like, this is how it's going to be forever?
Nah, because let me tell you something, man. Like I said, the NBA taking receipts, fam. And it's going through a phase. I keep telling people it's going through a phase.
Receipts like something about to happen. Like it's about to be a new, like
Bruh.
somebody's going to come in and shut all this down.
Bruh. I mean, we'll talk about the Luka situation and all that. I mean, they sent a message. And this wasn't just the Dallas Mavericks, fam. This is the NBA. Trust me. If you think that decision was made without David Stern's prized possession, one of the top European players, and I don't want to go too far, if you think that where he went didn't matter to the NBA, to where Adam Silver didn't have an idea or wasn't contacted, man, y'all crazy.
You think
that wasn't?
So you think Adam Silver knew?
Fam, I think there was. Hell yeah, I think he knew. Because you talking about the future of the NBA? This kid, regardless of whatever we say about him right now, he's already internationally known. And the NBA is going to this Eurocentric type, style of play to incorporate. That's where the growth of the NBA is. So he's such a prized piece. So the emphasis with Luka is that would they have let him go anywhere? Would that have benefited the NBA if he went to any team? Let's just say another team wanted to give a bunch of people.
A small market team. You talking
exactly.
About like a small market team?
There you go, small market. So I think up to Adams, he would at least been aware of that. I don't think Adam Silver would have been cool with them if Luka went to Utah. Let's say they wanted to clean the house of Utah and he was there in Utah. Now, I don't believe that, and so go ahead.
No. It's so many questions that's out there. It's like I said, everybody's like, and I would talk about the Pat Riley situation, but the NBA is so much like a soap opera now. It's like,
no, it is, bro. It is. And here's the thing, with Luka, for instance, like if the NBA had the way, he'll be the face of the league right now. Like LeBron, they want to get over the LeBron era. They hanging on LeBron because they got to, truth be told. What face has truly stepped up and said the league is mine yet? Name one superstar in the NBA that said the league is mine right now. Nobody. So the NBA is still searching for that real face. It could be, they want Luka Doncic to be that guy, even over Jokic. But his immaturity won't allow him to right now go ahead and settle in because, you know, he ain't really trying to hear all that. He really ain't interested in trying to carry the league like that. He want to come and cook, mama can get about. You know what I'm saying? And so he's got to understand what the NBA is asking of him. And this is what they hoping LeBron will influence him with this situation.
So you think all this is like really a strategy?
Look, I don't think it was pre-planned, no. But I think the Mavericks really wanted to move on, but they felt like they were handcuffed because of who Luka Doncic is for the NBA. So this is why I think Adam Silver had to be involved in it. It makes sense to me. You moving Luka Doncic. So now from Dallas, it makes, I mean, if we're going to move him, that we're going to move him to LA. And I think that's why they reached out to one person. I think that's why I think that was okay. I don't think any other situation would have been okay by the NBA at all. And it definitely wouldn't have made sense. So, but Luka, the NBA, the reason why I think the NBA is involved because look, Luka hasn't been represented. I'll just keep it real. He's been killing cats, scoring wise.
What?
If you go look at them defensive videos, bro, it looks real bad. What message did that send to the other European players? You gotta understand, it's a bigger message here. You got other European players that's coming down the pipe right now that's looking at the NBA like, oh, and Luka, he's already said the NBA is less physical than Europe. If you hear him talk, he talk as if the NBA basically is like it's easy. And so the message he sends out, and then when you look at him how he played, when he scored but no defense, but then you look at him play for his team or Sylvania in Europe, he looks serious.
Yeah, he's a little bit more.
He's a little more intense when he
he's
plays, right?
Intense when
So if you the NBA, you gotta take this into consideration too. You gotta get inside Luka's head. Then you can start talking about too the issues that are happening in Dallas because that's an extension of everything that we see what's going on with this kid. Now he come in, he overweight. You lose, you get your ass busted to the Boston Celtics, and you're getting blown by on the biggest stage. It's clear. And we talk about the athleticism of European players all the time and their lack of defense. And he goes out and is a clear example of that on the biggest stage. And the truth is, he's lucky he is who he is because if it was anybody else, you know what I'm saying, they would grill him. Like literally grill him for the way he produced and performed and his attitude, the way he cried to refs. Like the dude he'll forget a play on defense. It'll be his fault. He won't run back or he won't even run back just to argue with the refs. And this is habitual. And you can see it every game when it don't go his way. This is an NBA problem. This ain't just a Dallas Maverick problem because he's so large and because of who the players he's influencing behind him. So I think that I do think that the NBA, and I could be wrong, but I highly doubt that the NBA didn't have, or Adam Silver didn't have some type of idea on this. I don't believe it.
Let me ask you this, though. I got you here. Do you think LeBron, because I remember like I was like laying down and when I heard this dude late at night, yeah. Do you think LeBron knew that this was going down?
I don't. You know what? I thought about it. I don't think so.
Because I think saying that because they all part of the same camp. Anthony Davis is part of Clutch. So
and like, I think that's why they didn't tell Clutch anybody else. I don't think they wanted LeBron to be under that pressure. They know LeBron and Anthony Davis like this. And not only that, here's the thing. This is why I think that the connection is bigger. LA has also been trying to find a way to move on from LeBron. This is the answer. This is the answer right here. And so I think by telling LeBron that Luka's coming, now he clearly sees like, you know, this what this move is about. LeBron ain't, it's not a dummy. So if you tell him that Luka's coming, he obviously know that he's number 2 now. And so the Lakers also had an issue. They couldn't get Anthony Davis to step up as a number 1 as much as they want him to. So now that they looking down the future, even with LeBron, is this dude really ready to be a number 1? He's still talking about, I need a center, I need this, I need that. Is this mentality really ready to take over this franchise? So what the Lakers thought, this at this time, this is an ideal situation to solidify us for the next 10 years. Even if they don't do nothing the next year or so, people can say what they want to say about the LeBron and no matchup. This is about the next 10 years for the Lakers.
Does with Luka's style of play, obviously, like Luka is like tremendous offensively. Does he fit in? You being a Laker champion, you being over there. I'm from New York. I know how the media is certain cities that's gonna eat you alive. Does Luka fit in with this LA culture? Is he gonna be able to stand up to this as much as he whines?
Right.
Like, what's gonna happen in LA?
This man.
Different.
You asked one hell of a
you want to
Joe. Hey, Joe. Will, I was telling somebody this earlier. You asked one hell of a question, and this is where Luka got to be careful because LA won championships.
Yeah,
they don't give a damn about his international accolades and all that. Like, nah, they've had killers, and we know who Kobe Bryant is.
Yeah.
Like, fam, this is who you following up now. And even LeBron has won a championship there. We can go as recent as LeBron and AD. So now the standard, this ain't no 20-year drop-off where you come in to save us. The standard is there. And so is he willing to come back in tip-top shape? Is he willing? Because it's pressure. It's pressure in LA. And that's facts. I don't care who you are. And so you got to be a unique superstar to be able to function in LA. And we can really see what Luka really about now. We know game-wise, like he ain't scared of the pressure when it come to execute and putting that ball in his hand. But what about if he's not getting it done with the media and the other things like that? Like if he's showing that he don't care, LA fans ain't going for that. They'll eat him alive. LA media. And so this is where
I think that could hurt his game mentally. Being in LA, if he's not playing well or he's whining, LA fans don't want to hear that mess, man.
Not only that, man. Look, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, bro. This is what I critique. I watch basketball. I don't get emotional, with these players. You know what I'm saying? I'm a purist basketball fan. Like, I don't get caught up in the numbers and all that because I know what the NBA is doing as far as pushing scoring and the things of that nature. Luka Doncic is one of the best players I've ever seen. But with that being said, the difference between him and LeBron, see, both are ball dominant kind of guys. But see, yeah, Luka got numbers and yeah, he making the right assists and things like that, but he also slows the game down. And because he can't play off the ball, he's not willing to cut and do other things because he's out of shape. His style is just that. It's ball dominant. LeBron can get him straight downhill. The reason why LeBron's game, he don't have to have a bag of Luka, but he's always been a straight downhill. Let me get downhill, which is the most effective style in basketball, period. I don't care what your bag is like. If you can get downhill straight line drives, which is LeBron's been able to do his entire career, that's effective. And so, and LeBron is willing to get off the balls at the right time, not just when he doubled. So with Luka, it's get off not just when you double, but when you at the right time. This is how you run a team. And yes, his numbers and statistics always look good. But it's Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is the one that's really making that team run like a well-oiled machine. And that's what people don't want to say. All these fans that just hating on Kyrie and all that. And this is why Dallas was willing to pull the trigger. They seen it last year when Luka got hurt with Kyrie, and they seen how the players responded to Kyrie. So when they say this is culture, trust me, this was well thought out. They seen the players, the energy and things of that nature around when Kyrie versus Luka is running the team. And if you're a basketball person, if you watching, you got to see it too. I don't care if you're a Luka fan. And they sending a message to the fans. And this is another message. They sending a message because now we in a dynamic where it ain't just player empowerment. There's another entity that's emerged now. It's the fan base. because of technology, the fan base is more integrated than ever. And now has put more pressure. We've seen fan bases, whether it's a Taylor Swift fan base or whoever the big star is, literally dominate and control people and force people to make decisions, right? The NBA, they knew they was going, I mean, not only, we'll say the NBA, we'll say the Mavericks, they knew they was going to get pushed back with the franchise, who this guy is. But this was a message to a lot of people involved, fam. Luka fans involved. Like, y'all not getting ready to hijack and take over this. And I'm going to say one more thing. The NBA is, and they need to do this because they keep crying about the All-Star game. See, if you go back to the All-Star game and you look back when Isaiah Thomas and those guys played, they competed. But guess who voted then? It wasn't the fans.
Who
See, now
voted back then?
The players, and then you had the meeting the players. Okay. And the players voted too. Like, yeah, and it was like, so my thing is, now that you made this thing where the fans are so involved in it, you watered it down. So when you talk about, do the guy next to you really deserve that you earned the All-Star appearance? You want me to go out there and play and compete, but that killer mentality came from knowing that you was really playing against not just the best talented guys, but guys who were voted amongst the peers. That it says a lot. And when you start stripping layers like that away, you start watering it down. We don't give a damn who the fans vote. They vote people who don't even deserve to be there.
That's a fact.
It's the most popular thing now. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. It does bring more money. So we ain't gonna cry sour milk, because we understand the business side of it. You gotta do these things if you want to bring in the money, but there's got to be a median somewhere.
Samaki, I'm gonna ask you this, man. We like, this has obviously it's never been a trade like this in NBA history.
Right.
Let's just put this clear. It's like, these are two top NBA or NBA players traded in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Is the NBA sending a message to players as well? Like, yo, don't get it twisted. Cause like, I seen Anthony Edwards. He was like, yo, he just went to the finals last year. They just went to the finals last year. Understand this. That makes you feel like, no matter, it's like, what have you done for me lately? No, it's a sense of, I can see why the Dallas fans are going bananas, because we just went to the finals a couple months ago.
But again, could you have wanted if Luka was in tip-top shape? And on top of it, look at Jokic, bro. Like, here's the example, and this is where pressure on Luka as well. Jokic also had a conditioning problem, also had a weight problem. When they addressed his, what did he do? He acted like the ultimate pro. He came back, got in tip-top shape, started killing cats. The rest was history. He's an NBA champion. So the mode is there. And he's representing the European players well.
Yeah.
And this is what Luka needs to understand. This is what the NBA is doing, is trying to build now. And this is what they need you to come on board and understand. And so by you losing in the NBA finals, the NBA was ready to come back and say, Luka Gray, come back and tear the league up. We all thought he was. Think of how big of a letdown that is, fam, with this dude to come in out of shape, overweight, now he injured again. What is Dallas supposed to think? And so when you start talking about player empowerment, or the NBA sending a message to the players, you damn right they are. You damn right they are. I've been telling people this for the longest. That the NBA has always been a star-driven league, but it has to snatch back some of the power now. You know, LeBron flipped that up, changed it with the decision, deciding to do that, the decision, and then you had KD, you had other players deciding to do it.
So you blame LeBron for this?
No, it's not a blame, but it's true.
Okay.
It's true, because when you're that type of player, when you have that type of cachet, you automatically, other players sounds okay to do. The KDs, everybody else now. Now you start seeing your elite players who are designed to carry the league on their respective teams, to be competing in each other, are talking about teaming up. And this is also And it's a lot of it's the pressure on the media and the things because now it's all about NBA championships and things of that nature, right? And so the pressure, LeBron felt the pressure. LeBron felt the pressure because they put him trying to compare him to Mike, and it was all about chips and things of that nature. We couldn't just appreciate his greatness. And so what do players do when they start getting pressured like that? And LeBron made a decision. It ain't was it a bad decision? No, it worked out in his favor. He ended up winning. But as far as the NBA is concerned, the NBA is better when you got the KDs, Stephs going against each other, LeBrons, and things of that nature. I mean, we already see a weaker league with the rules change and things of that nature. Guys tossing up threes. Like, where's the art of competition at? And this is the issue that the league is facing. And I think this is the beginning of a shift that's getting ready to happen. I think real basketball is coming back. I think you got an era of these young players who I'm looking at a lot of these young players who
I like the Rockets, man. I'm in Houston right now. They look,
bruh, they moving the ball, they passing,
yo,
they cutting. Yeah. And it ain't just one guy holding the ball
man
anymore, fam. And that basketball, this is what, and even with OKC, like Shea, even though when he does his thing, he's not a ball stopper.
Yeah,
He's not a ball stopper, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so the era of the ball stopping superstar is coming to an end. Mark, what I tell you, man, because it's going to be hard to win that way now with the ball movement and the way guys are shooting. You know, and even LeBron understands that now. LeBron understands that. So this is to your point, to answer your question. Hell yeah, they're making a huge statement.
I want to switch teams a little bit. Mike Brown was fired by the Sacramento, and
Right.
Fox just got traded. San Antonio gonna be tough. They're gonna be tough. I don't know if they're gonna be tough this year, but they're gonna be tough next year. But to my point of talking about Mike Brown being fired and then Fox leaving,
right.
It's still like another coach and player riff. It seems like the coaches are losing out. Like you see, coaches don't wear suits no more. You know what I mean? It's
hey.
like it's like a player could just go to the. It's like a player could say, you know what, I ain't feeling him no more. Like get rid of him. Do you think Sacramento lost completely in this whole situation? They just lost their coach. They got Zach LaVine, but at the same time, they were just in the Sacramento was just in the playoffs like 2 years ago. I thought they was like, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
They were just
Yeah.
there like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Now it's like they just took a whole back reverse seat. You know what I'm saying? What you think
But
about that?
fam, franchises now are beginning to feel this goes back to player empowerment. And this is the type of player empowerment which I'm cool with because basically him by not resigning, he said, and he took the issue going back to what I was telling you about by not resigning, just bringing up my situation earlier in the interview. He said, I need more. He see the other teams building
You want
up.
more money you talking about?
No, more players. He want to win.
Okay.
Yeah. He want to win.
He want to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
They was going to give him the bag.
Okay.
You know, he'll get the bag, but what it is, like, he want to win now. Yeah, Sabonis and them is getting numbers now, but they're not, look, everybody reloading. The league is now, it's turned into a race, a war, like a race. You know what I'm saying? Everybody reloading. And now you got the emergence of the G League. You got, bro, the parity of the league. Guys are getting better faster. So it's easier to interchange guys more than ever.
Okay.
The league itself. And so now you're feeling franchises, they're feeling the pressure of having to make decisions a lot faster, which they should. If you're not going to develop right, go to the OKC route, get guys to develop. Your team, if you don't got elite developers, you got to make moves. It's that simple. And this guy is saying, I want to go team up with somebody that he feels is elite. Is the guys he's playing with now, who else is elite on that team? I know they're the guy that, I ain't just talking about numbers. I'm talking about with the eye test. So that's the decision he made. And I ain't mad at that.
Do you I've been reading a lot of reports this morning. They saying Kevin Durant. You believe that's true about Kevin Durant being on the shopping block?
I
know
believe in
injuries possible now, but it's just crazy, man. It's just it's crazy, man.
The NBA has to look. Would this been a question for Kevin Durant 4 or 5 years ago? No. But let's just keep it real. How many more elite years does he have? And when's the last time has he moved the needle? See, we got to not just get caught up in names and stuff now. We got to keep it real with the pro. Let's look at the GM's eyes and through others. So we are going to look to the fans' eyes and things of that nature and the players' eyes, but you got to look from both sides. When is the last time he moved the needle? Has his leadership qualities even affected the team? Like, if you're not going to be confrontational with these monks to get them where you want to go, and that's the difference between Kobe and him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not going to be that kind of leader, which is cool, like you hear the criticism of him being a vocal leader or not, I'm cool with that. But at some point in time, the impact, the locker room impact has got to make sense. And it can't be you going to team up with people. But what about people coming up? You Kevin Durant.
Facts. They got a squad, though.
Yeah, but what
got a
about
hell of
people
a
coming to
squad.
team up with you? What hasn't worked out for him to where he's not doing what the Giannis is doing? That's how I see Kevin Durant. It should be revolving people around his franchise, not him bouncing around. And see, that's what I don't want to. That's what we OGs don't want to see. You know, the old players, like, bro, like, at some point in time, get in the weight room, dog, get strong. Like, you got to be able to evolve too. Like, it can't be everybody building things around you, dog. You got to get stronger. I mean, that's evolve your game. Now, this is what LeBron has done up to this day. LeBron's still evolving his game. LeBron didn't want to play in the post early on. He wasn't much playing in the post. Now he's playing in the post. He evolved his game to the 3-ball. And this is the blueprint. LeBron is doing exactly what a pro should do. There's no complaints about what LeBron James. He's adding layers to his game every year, seems like, at this age. And when's the last time? I should be seeing KD killing cats in the post now and doing other things. Like, even Mike, all the greats has evolved. These players in this generation don't want to evolve their game. That's the route. And that's the truth. They got more privilege than the other players. So do I love player empowerment? Yes. I don't like spoiled players, though. At some point in time, we want to see the dog come out.
That's
Go
a
get you a
fact.
couple riders, dog, and go eat. Let's see that. Even if you lose, we're going to enjoy the competition.
Did
You
you
know what I
see?
mean? We gotten away from that. And
Did
sometimes
you
we
see?
don't blame, too, because we talking about, yeah, but you ain't got no chip. Nah, we got to get away from that. We want to see the competition. The storylines is within. It ain't about the result always.
Did you
And
see? Did you see? Did you see Kevin Durant and Gary Payton get into it?
see, I hate seeing stuff like that, bro. See,
How you being an OG? You being an OG in this NBA game, NBA champion. How you feel about stuff like that? You feel like that's kind of disrespectful?
totally disrespectful, fam. And this generation is the most sensitive generation ever. And rightfully so. Let's be honest. It's they're the most scrutinized, under a microscope generation as well. So, the social media. We didn't have to deal with the Kevin Durant and what LeBron and them go through. So let me just throw that out there. With that being said, this generation and social media and the personal branding has all been mixed up now, where it's been giving players in this generation a right to create their own narrative because of social media and things of that. So damn if they really good or not, if they really doing what they say, they can create their own narrative. That's what also player empowerment. That's outside of the NBA. That's what technology has allowed the modern player to be able to do, create their own narrative. And so you got these young players now are targeting the older players, but calling them plumbers, disrespecting, instead of being students of the game and being,
Facts.
paying homage and doing it the organic way. Fuck all that. Forget all that. We just going to change the narrative. And see, and I credit LeBron can do that too, even with this whole Michael Jordan debate and all this other stuff, fam. See, that's why I hate that. Even with LeBron, like, bro, we didn't hear Mike and them talk about being the best and I'm the GOAT and all this. This started with LeBron. We don't want to hear that, dog. We'll decide. You don't got to paint no narrative. You don't got to do all that. And I love LeBron. It's my comrade. I love him. I love what he's doing. I love him, the fact that he's been doing with his son. But when it comes to purely to the OGs, what's happening is they've allowed to disconnect. And it's very dangerous, JoJo, to disconnect from the
Now,
OGs because that's your
I
link.
know. I totally understand.
You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Because now with the NBA, they're going to get these young dudes and they're going to put them in a blender. Because now you ain't going, when you cut off your connection and you cut off that connection to your lineage, to the OGs, the people who going to give you the game. Now in the NBA, because this business machine is still it's running, dog. It's getting ready to start eating mugs and spitting them out. Let NBA Europe continue to develop NBA Africa. And it's G League. There's some dogs in G League, fam. They can plug in right now that's as good as some of these top tier players. They just don't have the name. So from a political standpoint, it's not the thing to do. Skill-wise, some of these dudes can go play right now. And now that the NBA is turning into the machine it won't, watch how the power start flipping. Wait until the next collective bargaining agreement and things start happening. The NBA keeping receipts.
I wanna ask you this, man. The ratings. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I watch basketball. I don't watch as much basketball as I used to. A lot of people are like that. Why do you think the ratings are completely down?
Man, it's so many layers to this, dog. Obviously, the quality of the game is down, and that's the facts. That's just facts. The quality of the game is down. We shooting more threes. The game is not as competitive. Look, we've seen superstars in my era go at it. That's not even talk about skill. We've seen superstars in my era guard other superstars, not set pick and rolls just for mismatches and all that. Look, we understand this is a smart game. We get it. Bro, it's not the most competitive to shoot threes where guys to run on the fast break, you stop at the three-point line and shoot threes. Look, all that analytics and all that, man, look, that's designed to let certain players that ain't down with that physical game to be able to play in this modern game. See, they took that physicality up out of there. You know, that physicality is tough for them European players. That's just the truth. What European players dominated back in the 90s? They couldn't play in that NBA.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
So when you start modernizing and changing the rules, now you got to start impacting that. Now the hand checking and all that, but they went too far because now it's a watered down game. If they took the physicality out, and they letting some come back in. I'm seeing it now this year. They're trying to balance out a little bit, but you watch Boston play, bro. They jacking up threes even when they missing. And then when you say we want to get up 33s before
That's crazy.
the game, bro, play the game. Play the game like it's supposed to be played. Don't say we supposed to get up 33s. So that means you jacking up shots regardless, and you see it. Bad shots. And it's like, bro, that's not competitive. We want to see competitive and see what the NBA banking on is this new fan, this new fanatic. See, they pushing this old fan us to the side. See, to your point, see, you an old OG fan. So the basketball you used to seeing ain't there no more. So what they saying is all these kids got cell phones and technology and watching basketball. They banking on this new fanatic who just caught up in entertainment and not real basketball will begin to outweigh the real fan.
But I ain't gonna lie.
You see what I'm saying?
Let me say this though. Yo, what these young guys is doing, and your son could contest to this, they doing stuff I ain't never seen before. The dunks they doing, the stuff they able to do.
Facts. That's facts.
It's like the stuff they able to do with this ball nowadays, pause, like it's like I'm seeing some of these boys jump. I've never seen nothing like this in my life, man.
No. What, bro?
Right.
I'm seeing, let's just keep it funky. We seeing white dudes do stuff that we ain't ever seen, like Jordan and them do, fam.
Yeah,
let's just keep it.
The skill is
it's
there.
A new era athleticism.
Yeah.
So the athleticism amongst the group in general, this kid is totally different. And so from a pure entertainment standpoint, I get it. But see, think about what happened when the NBA, that lockout year, my year, I think it was 99.
I remember that year.
Who
Spurs
the
and the
NBA,
Knicks.
who the NBA go get?
Was it
What
Tim
what star came to the NBA
Was it Tim Duncan?
after that? Nah, I'm talking about what hip hop star,
Was
rapper,
it Master P?
Master P. So
Yeah, yeah,
we seen what the NBA is willing to do, the extent
yeah.
to
Okay.
get them viewerships back. You know what I'm saying? But think about that for a minute. The NBA brought Master P in, and it worked. The truth be told, it worked. Cats wanted to see what P was going to do.
But I remember
But
back
this
then we
is
used to
entertainment.
watch, yo, Samaki, we used to watch, like, Mike James is my cousin, right? So I've been around the NBA, but we used to watch games all, like, back to back. I mean, like, it's not like that no more, man.
Nah,
So,
these kids, they need to be entertained, dog. It's entertainment, it's clips. They need to watch
man,
clips. And this is stuff, even with training the kids and when I work, man, the problem is you can't get kids to watch film. Number one, let's just keep it real. If you know anything about the technology and the algorithm stuff and the pace of speed that these clips come on, now these kids are trained, their attention span is limited. So it's even hard for them to even focus on a real film. And then when you start talking about analyzing it critically and then ask them to put their emotions aside and watch themselves critically, it's hard for them to do. This is tough. These kids don't want to watch themselves fail, bro. And this is a huge problem in this era. And it's starting at the grassroots for how these kids enter AAU.
do you, I watched the All-Star reserves the other day. Who do you feel like was snubbed on the All-Star team? You got Trey Young. You got Trey Young. You got LaMelo Ball. You got the Norman Powell from the Clippers.
I
It's
think that's who Norman Powell. I think he did everything. Look, the young fellas, I think Trey Young potentially could have been, but Norman Powell doing what he did, bro, being consistent. You talk about a dude that's been a killer as a role player, and the minute they ask him, think about who he replaced, dog.
yeah,
Paul
yeah,
George.
yeah.
And then for him to come up and be consistent at what he doing, night after night, he deserved that opportunity. And the NBA missed one. They missed the opportunity to promote what the NBA should be about. A
Yeah,
model citizen of the NBA who go to work as a role player night out, who now had a potential when you ask him to step up when the light is on him, boom, here it is. They missed one, dog. They missed the opportunity. They should be talking about this kid.
that's crazy. I've been watching him, man. It's like, yeah, he's definitely like he been a role player his whole career, man. And
Don't complain. Come get buckets.
yeah,
Play D.
yeah,
Don't
man.
don't dudes don't be killing them night in night out, bro. And so, and he's a model citizen, man. So why not put this guy in there and give him press so these young kids can see who are in current roles themselves right now. This is who you should be like.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I ain't gonna keep that much longer, my G.
Yep.
Before we get up out of here, man. The season, it's the halfway season. I want your half mark season like awards and who wins the championship with all the trades going on.
Oh, this is gonna be tough, bro. I ain't gonna front with everything. Woo. Like it's
Like what changes? Like what changes? Like who you got for MVP? Who you got coming out the West? Who you got coming out the East? Does this completely change
I'm
Dallas
giving
situation?
Shea MVP right now, man. He deserves it.
Okay.
I like look, it's hard to turn what Jokic is doing with the numbers. Like you can always put him in there, honestly. But Shea's team, I think, is winning. This is the second year in a row he's had a better record doing
They
what
got
he
a
did.
squad, man.
Got a yeah, and he's doing that with a squad and still being efficient. I got to give him. I think winning matters to me. This is why I look like when you say the snub or the All-Star game. I love Melo and them, bro, but winning for me matters. I'm an OG. I need to see impact because in order for your numbers to matter to me, I need impact. Like we know teams gonna give you the green light. From I play with superstars. I played with superstars who wasn't efficient. I played with someone who was efficient. And I know there's a difference between a dude who's built like that and a dude who's just, they popular and the team, they're franchised because of who they are. But when it comes to impact on games, there's a difference.
Facts.
So for me, man. So I'm going with Wemby, probably defensive player of the year. Shea, I give him the right now mid-season MVP. You know, rookie of the year since my dude in Philly got hurt. It's probably the kid in Washington now. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but the kid in Philly by far, I think, was doing his thing. As far as winning it all, hey, it's gonna be interesting, fam. I mean, it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It ain't outright. I mean, you got to beat Boston, in the playoffs. But I've seen some vulnerability. But also, I know when you win it, it's hard to maintain that same level. Like for them, it ain't regular season no more. So my question to them, do they got that switch to turn it on that whole other level? I believe they do. And it banks on them being healthy. But all these other like they right there, like Shea and them, we seen what Houston can do. Like Houston's coming. Houston coming. And I mean,
I get him another year.
Yeah. So, I mean, but even in the series this year, things can get tricky depending on how teams develop the second half of the season. You got a couple young teams that's right there on the cusp. I mean, Memphis is looking good right now. Like I want to see them in the later part of the season because Ja developed like Ja, man. He even people ain't giving enough credit for his facilitating this year and what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Young fella, G.G. Jackson, he was injured, but I'm saying he getting ready to start coming back. I like him as an intricate piece and what they doing. It's going to be interesting, bro. So I'm going to go with Boston until somebody beat them.
So who you got
coming
out the West? Who you got coming out the West?
Oh, the West? It's tough. Because OKC, I got to see what Dallas look like. I got to see Dallas first, but I got to see what Dallas look like, Willie. And then OKC, nice. The thing is, with bigs, though, a big team can dominate them. That's the only thing they got problems with. And if Dallas can get some outside shots, because I know AD gonna create double teams, and if Clay never it can get interesting, bro. Because I like PJ Washington in them. I like Gafford. I like them dogs. Anthony can facilitate. Anthony Davis' ceiling is tough. It's gonna be interesting because he got a position where he want to be now. So let's see what he do.
That's what it is. The great Samaki Walker, my brother's always good, my G. We got to check in, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you. Say we're a podcast. We're Fatty, and we see y'all next time.
Always, my dog.